Up+Adam.
Tractor systems are offline.
We are Beyond FM.
Beyond FM.
The future of broadcasting is here.
Up+Adam with Adam Montiel. It's community content from Concentrate. It's Up+Adam with Adam Montiel.
Some say life is where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Yes, some say life is just where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Only to start again.
Happy Friday. You made it to the weekend. Thanks for being Up+Adam. My name is Adam Montiel. Big weekend vibes across the Central Coast, all over SLO. Today we're raising a glass. We're yelling, Opa. Trying not to come home with another cat. Firestone Walker's legendary Invitational Beer Fest is back this weekend. And it's not just about Saturday's sold-out main event anymore. Ashley White's going to join us later to talk about how this thing has evolved into a whole weekend. Block parties, guest taps, brunches, slushies, you name it, and why it's become easily one of the biggest and best beer fests in the nation, in the world. Then we're headed to the Madonna Expo for another big festival that has just grown leaps and bounds. And that is the SLO Greek Festival. The always animated Paul Georghiou is going to be on talking euros, music, dancing, ouzo, and the fun of yelling Opa with a bunch of strangers who instantly feel like family. Plus, Robin Coleman from the Woods Humane Society with a streetwise black cat named Belfast, who's ready to trade alley life in for a sunbeam and a sofa. So we got to give her a chance. Stick around. All coming up here on Up+Adam. Before we get into things, let me thank our friends at Pink Drank. Bring your thirst, leave your excuses, because this summer we pour pink. Pink Drank is back Saturday, July 12th at the Elks Lodge in SLO. Over 30 of the hottest producers in wine, beer, cider, spirits, craft cocktails, poolside, all dressed in pink, curated bites, a live DJ, and vibes you cannot fake. This isn't your average tasting. This is summer served sexy. And it all supports the Woods Humane Society and the Elks National Foundation. They do great work as well. Youth activities. We put a backstop at SLO High School with some of the money from Pink Drank last year and sent money over to Woods. So it's just so much fun to party with purpose. 21 and over, only for the grown and sexy. Go to pinkdrank.org. DRANK, pinkdrank.org.
It's Up+Adam with Adam Montiel.
All right, she's one of the minds behind the madness and the magic of what has become the best beer event in the country. Ashley White from Firestone Walker is here to talk all things Invitational Beer Fest, the legendary Saturday sellout, the epic Friday block party now happening today, and even a Sunday hangover brunch called Beers and Brekkie. This event pulls brewers from all over the world, and locals show up just as hard. Ashley, thank you so much for being Up+Adam.
Yes, of course. Happy to be here.
Okay, so
Thanks for having me.
The festival is not just a standalone event anymore. It's woven really into the fabric of Paso, supporting traditions like Paso Pioneer Day. So what is the Firestone Walker Invitational Beer Fest? How does it intertwine with the local community, and what impact does it have beyond just your brewery walls?
Yeah, so we really wanted to bring the fest to life for the local community. This beer fest sells out in a matter of minutes. And so we have such a big impact here in the local community that we wanted to celebrate and bring a little bit of the fest to them. So on Friday before our Saturday beer fest, we throw a block party. We shut down the street in front of our tap room and, set up some bars and throw a big old block party fest for the locals in front of the tap room. And that goes from 1:30 to 10 p.m. and really just showcasing some of the breweries that are coming. We do some guest taps. We've got, all of our Firestone favorites. And then our Firestone Beer Fest Wandering Dawn beer as well, highlighted everywhere. So yeah, we'll have that coming to life on Friday. So everyone and anyone can come. You don't have to be 21. Bring your family, bring your dogs, and let's just, have a good time to kick off the weekend. And after Beer Fest on Sunday, we also have brewers, beers and brekkie, we call it, hangover brunch situation. So 9 a.m. we open special hours. We've got a special brunch menu going until 1 p.m. And this is, that additional chance to come in and try some of those breweries that are out of the state, out of the country, even on guest taps, and enjoy some good food and beer once again to wrap up the weekend.
I think it's so cool because, look, we're talking about a beer fest that has grown and evolved into one of the hottest tickets in the country. I mean, I think you're being humble when you say sells out in minutes. It sells out in seconds. People want to get in on this. And with limited availability into the fest itself, you guys were kind of like, what else can we do for the community? And now this block party has evolved into a really cool staple around the fest itself.
Yeah, well, I've been lucky enough to be a part of the creation team, if you will, of the block party, and watched it evolve over the last few years. And it just keeps getting better and better. But really, we wanted to bring Beer Fest to the locals. We know we have a lot of people out of town that come and travel in and get those tickets in a matter of seconds. So this is their opportunity to engage with Firestone, get a taste of what the Beer Fest might be, and, expose them to some good craft beer and even better food.
Ashley, is there a personal memory or maybe a moment from the past in one of these years of the festivals that really holds a special place that you always think of?
Yeah, I mean, this is my 4th Beer Fest, 3rd block party, and there's probably a moment in every one of those events that I have had a memory of. But I think just the first year of the block party, watching this, magnificent plan come together and really excel. And then secondary, just taking it to the next level with, bringing in merchandise with an Airstream and slushies with Cali Squeeze, bringing in 805 pinstripe artists come to life so he can do some custom artwork at the fest or at the block party. Just adding more and more and getting better and better, I think, is probably the best part.
I totally hear you. Ashley, thanks so much for taking time. I know there's a ton of stuff that you and your team are getting into in these final moments, getting everything ready for the block party today, Friday, of course, the big fest tomorrow, Saturday, beers and brekkie, Sunday. We'll put all the links in the show notes. You can check it all out. Ashley, thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you somewhere Saturday. Come by and say hi. I'll be happy doing some interviews over there. But thanks for having me again, and thanks for being Up and Adam again.
Thank you, Adam. We look forward to seeing you and everyone else.
All right. Thanks to Ashley. You and your team crush it every year. Thanks for giving us the lowdown before it all kicks off.
It's Up and Adam with Adam Montiel.
All right, from pouring pints to pouring plates of pasticcio, we're headed to the SLO Greek Festival. He is an emergency doc by day and the voice of Opa by weekend. Dr. Paul Georghiou is not only the MC of the SLO Greek Festival, he's been one of the driving forces behind growing this event from just dinner between friends into one of the most legit Greek festivals in California. We're talking lamb shanks, Greek wines, live music, dancing. If you've never been, this is your year. If you have, well, then you already know. Paul, welcome to the show. Thank you for being Up and Adam. I love this music. And do we say Opa? What does Opa mean?
The history behind Opa?
Yeah.
It's an exclamation of joy. People expect to hear that it's something very esoteric, but it's just when you can't contain the joy that you feel anymore, you've got to cry something. And Opa is what naturally comes out for the Greeks.
I love it. I'm looking forward to this weekend, right? I mean, starting, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, we have the Greek Festival. Yeah. What's the story? What's the story behind how you became, the voice and doing what you're doing with the SLO Greek Festival? But also, I mean, this event has just blown up in the last many years.
Well, I'm an emergency physician. I came up here 45 years ago, right out of my residency at UCLA, and I found I was missing having a Greek community. I just missed that connection with the culture and the history. So I started meeting some other Greeks, and pretty soon it evolved to where we started having an evening dinner together. And then it became a street festival, and that started about 15 years ago in downtown San Luis Obispo. And then about 5 or 6 years ago, we went to the Madonna Expo Center, and the response from our community has been incredible.
Wow.
People were thrilled. They And, we were astounded with 500 and 1,000 people in a day. It's been a lot of fun.
Saturday and Sunday, you fill up that expo center with Greek pride and culture. Tell me some of the things, the food, the festivities that are happening in and around the expo center.
Of course, yeah. On Saturday from 11 to 7 and Sunday from 11 to 6, you'll come in and you're going to experience Greek culture and cuisine. And for just $5 for adults to enter, and you can spend the whole day, or $7.50, you can spend the whole weekend. The children are all free, and even the parking is free. The offerings that we've been preparing for our guests are the traditional comfort foods like moussaka and spanakopita. There's going to be, of course, the dolmades, and then chicken souvlakia. That's chicken on skewers and grilled over the red oak. Or we'll also have lamb shank plates, and those are also offered with rice pilaf and Greek village salad. There's tzatziki sauce. That's the Greek yogurt and cucumbers, which will be offered with the salad. But we've also the ever popular gyros sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
Pita gyros. And as the great Achilles said, be a hero, eat a hero. you can't go wrong, I'll tell you.
Also, you can't go wrong with the food and just like how festive, enthusiastic everyone is. Don't forget cheese pie.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be, in addition, we'll have baklava, kurambieves, pastaflor, rakia. These are all the various pastries that the Greeks love. But in addition, we're going to be having, there's going to be a fully stocked bar with ouzo and metaxa if somebody's feeling pretty adventurous. But we also will be offering wines. And being a connoisseur yourself, you might be interested in trying something like a Mavrodasni or the Commandaria. The Retsina, though, that's something that's kind of a cultivated flavor.
Yeah, Assyrtiko, that's another one. It's you have some Greek winemakers in Paso. I did a Where Wine Take Two episode with them. They're fantastic. Father-son boot sellers, and they always get out there for your Greek festival, too. I'm sure you must know them, do you?
Oh, no. In fact, Manoli will be leading some of the dances.
Nice.
And speaking of which, we're going to have, it's really, we're so excited because Ilios is coming for the first time in San Luis Obispo, and they are really the premier Greek band on the West Coast. They play many different instruments. It's traditional music, but it's very lively, very upbeat.
Are they going to be there both days or just one?
They're going to be there both days.
Wow.
Yep. And they'll be
cool.
Music all the time. In addition, though, the dancers. Cal Poly, the students, for several years now, they've been organizing, and they draw in more and more Greek students start coming to Cal Poly because they love the dancing. So you're going to see some real athleticism, some beautiful rhythmic dancing by the Cal Poly dancers. St. Barbara, down in Santa Barbara, is actually sending 2 dance troupes up to perform for us on Saturday.
Cool. Yeah. It is becoming a formidable Greek festival in the state. This is legit. You guys are incredible.
Well, we're humbled that I'm surprised. I never dreamed this would happen in the Central Coast.
So neat.
This is really phenomenal, and we don't get a lot of ethnic opportunities, to enjoy what for $5 you can go to Greece.
Oh, it's a steal. It's an absolute steal. And there's so much culture and so much fun. I think of why is his name escaping me now? The gentleman who owns the Rock and Roll Diner in Oceano.
Oh, yes, Marios Poulioutis.
Yes, Marios. Great guy, and, bringing the Greek flavor into even his American diner, which I think is so cool. Also, Jim Jarek Harris, I know from Justin Wine. I know he's big in within your organization as well. It's so cool that you guys, really, all you got to do is watch the movie, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, or have a conversation with like Manoli and his dad, or meet any of you folks. You can see the culture and just the family, and it's just so much fun to be around. And it's so exciting what you guys are going to get into this weekend.
Well, we want all of our friends in the Central Coast to join their Greek family and for the Greek Festival.
I love it. Well, thanks for taking time and being up and Adam. Until then, Opa!
Opa, that's the only word you need to fit in with the Greeks, Adam. Opa! Hope to get you out on the dance floor. We're going to have some fun.
Some say life is where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Only to start again.
Oh, yeah. From the food, the music, the dancing, the SLO Greek Festival is pure joy. Now, $5 gets you way more than a good time. Gets you culture, connection, and a whole lot of Opa. All right, now we're trading in the baklava for a black cat lava. I tried. Robin Coleman from the Woods Humane Society is here. She's our favorite part about finding forever homes for dogs, even cats. Robin, it's great to chat with you. Thank you so much for being up and Adam. How you doing?
Good morning.
Great to chat with you. How's your week gone?
It's been good. Busy week, busy time of year, and excited to talk to you about a sweet black kitty that's been hanging out at our Atascadero location. My favorite is like a community cat, a street cat, a feral cat, whatever you want to label them, a cat that kind of lives outdoors. I love when they turn to like a shelter pet that's now getting served breakfast in bed and enjoys the change of lifestyle. And so that is our pet of the week. Belfast was an outdoor kitty, came in through our program at some point. If you notice in the picture, he's got a little tip missing off of his ear. That is how we identify community cats that have already been spayed or neutered. So people who are out there trapping cats and trying to help control that pet population. If you see a cat with a little corner missing off its ear, it's a visual marker that that cat has already been spayed or neutered. And so whenever you see an adoptable cat at Woods with one of those little ear tips missing, it means that they were out on the streets at some point and now they get to hopefully live the lap of luxury with you, maybe. And he's just over 2 years old, a beautiful black kitty with a great personality. They say he loves the other cats. He doesn't cause any problems. He's pretty vocal. He likes to talk to you and purr with you, and he's just going to be a really great friend for somebody. So he's up at our Atascadero location and hopefully going to get spoiled for the rest of his days.
Let me ask you a question. I don't know quite how to put this, but there's street smarts and book smarts, right? Some of these cats, we'll just say they have street smarts. Are they the same in the house and to have them, or does it take a different kind of cat owner to have a cat that has street smarts?
No, I just think sometimes they can get bored because they've lived such a maybe adventurous life.
Yeah.
But think about they've been at a shelter where they are pretty confined. I mean, we have they can walk around and it's a nice environment for them, but they're kind of used to it. By the time they leave Woods, they are indoor kitties. They've fit the kind of the requirements for our adoption program. And a good reminder, all of our animals that are up for adoption have already been spayed, neuter, microchipped. They're fully vaccinated. We give you a starter bag of food. We're a phone call away after adoption. And you can opt in for free 30 days of pet insurance when you adopt from a shelter. So it's a great, great benefit of adopting from Woods. And this kitty is ready to go. As long as you feed him and he's got some spots to nap, they usually like to look out the window. But he is an indoor kitty at Woods now, and he's enjoying that life.
Oh, well, check out Belfast. What else is going on at Woods, Robin?
Well, I want to remind people this Saturday is Wine and Whiskers at San Antonio Winery. It's a new little event, a fundraiser for Woods. We are going to have a few kittens out there. So if you're looking for something to do, it's a beautiful weekend to get out to a winery. Wine and Whiskers on Saturday from 12 to 3, $25 ticket. You get a glass of wine entered into a drawing. They're going to have live music. They have food on site. They have a parking lot. And again, Woods will be there with a few fluffy kittens. So go check them out from 12 to 3 at San Antonio Winery this Saturday. And then next Saturday is that big Adopt-A Day in California. We're hoping to do over 5,000 adoptions in shelters around California, trying to save a bunch of lives. And Woods and the county shelter are participating on June 7th. All adoptions, puppies, kittens, dogs, cats are going to be fee waived for 1 day only. So if you've been thinking of adopting and you're patient and don't mind waiting in a little bit of a line, come on into Woods or the county shelter next Saturday, June 7th for California Adoptive Pet Day. We need to save some lives and make room at shelters for the next animals that need our help.
Yeah, she's our favorite part about finding forever homes for dogs, even cats, the great work of Robin Coleman and the great work of the Woods Humane Society. Robin, enjoy our chats each week. Hope you have a great weekend. Talk soon.
Okay, Adam. Thanks.
Thanks for being Up and Adam.
Of course.
It's Up and Adam with Adam Montiel.
All right, all the links in the show notes for everything Woods Humane Society, everything Greek Festival, SLO Greek Festival. Yes, also Firestone Walker Invitational Beer Fest, the block party tonight, all the festivities. They're all in there. Check out the show notes. Boom. And that is it for a week. What a week, huh? Thanks to our friends at Moonshiner Collective for original music on the show called Start Again. Thanks to Tamber Winery for giving us the Tamber Lowbro Studios. Josh and Chiasa got a beautiful winery. Taste their wines in the village of Arroyo Grande. Tamber, let them know you heard them on Up and Adam. Get some of that sparkling Albarino. So good. And thank you for rating, reviewing, subscribing to the show, and also sharing what we do with a friend. It is huge. It means so much. Thanks for connecting here and hope you have a great weekend. Till Monday, I'm Adam Montiel. Thanks again for being Up and Adam.
Some say life's where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Only to start again. Let's start again. We'll start again. Let's start again.